Dr. Kedmon Elisha Mapana, Deputy Permanent Secretary, President Office, Youth Development, in expectation and with the hope of his coming, but I'd like to also ask high officials here. And I understand you are here to represent Honorable Dr. Joel Nanauka, Minister of State, President Office, Youth Development, distinguished representatives from University of Dar es Salaam Management, our panelists, guest speakers, Mr. Simon Chami, founder of and CEO of Ufaulu Project Tanzania, and the driving force behind Njeya Box, who also happens to be the chairperson of our UNDP Youth Advisory Panel. I understand that we have several members of our Youth Advisory Panel here among us. So thank you for supporting this event and very happy to see you around. Representatives from our dear partners, CRDB Bank, YAS Tanzania, and all organizations gathered here today. And most important, to every young person who woke up this morning with ambition in their chest and showed up here at the University of Dar es Salaam, karibu sana and welcome to the meeting. Vijana mpo, mambo bibi. When I was asked to give opening remarks today, I asked myself a simple question. What does it actually mean to equip youth to lead, compete, and thrive? The word equip is very interesting and telling. It is not passive. It doesn't mean to inspire from a distance or to celebrate potential in the abstract. To equip someone means to put something real and useful into their hands. A tool, a skill, a network, a belief in themselves, backed up by evidence. Box has been doing for over 8 years so far. And that is why UNDP Tanzania is proud to stand with this platform today. Let me tell you what I see when I look at all of you in this room. I see a country that is one of the fastest growing economies in Africa. Your economy would double in size in 10 years, believe it or not. A country whose population is young, overwhelmingly and strikingly young. Over 77% of Tanzania's people are under 35 years old. And this is not a statistics. This is a structural advantage that very few nations on this planet possesses. The world is changing faster than at any point in human history, as we know. Artificial intelligence is reshaping industry the way we work. The green economy is creating entirely new sectors. You are in the middle of it. Digital connectivity is dissolving the borders between markets and people. And Tanzania, with its youthful population, its natural resources, and its strategic position in East Africa and I may add Southern Africa, Tanzania is positioned to be a major beneficiary to tap into all these potentials right in front of you. But positioning is not a destiny. Potential is not an outcome. The question is whether we build a system, the skills, and the mindset that allow all of you to seize what this moment is offering. At UNDP Tanzania, youth development is not a side program. It sits at the center of what we do. And our dear colleague Joseph is leading that. So he's Mr. Youth for UNDP in Tanzania. Through our portfolio initiatives, including the Funguo Innovation Program, which supports entrepreneurs working in agricultural value chains, digital innovation, forestry value chain, and many others, we are directly investing in the generation that will define Tanzania's next chapter. So in many sense, you are Tanzania, and you decide what Tanzania you will have in 10 and 20 years down the road. It's natural, therefore, UNDP, when we say we invest in the future of Tanzania, we invest in you. Funguo alone has supported hundreds of innovators and created thousands of jobs. But what excites me is not just the numbers, it is the type of persons we are reaching. The young women in Morogoro building a cold chain for Mama Bogas. The young man in Dar es Salaam building a fintech solution for informal traders. A team of university graduates developing tools for mineral traceability. These are not waiting to be led. They are leading themselves. We at UNDP exist to accelerate that, to lower the barriers, to connect ambition to capital, to markets, and to knowledge. I wish to say something directly to each one of you in this hall this morning. You are not the problem to be solved. You are not a beneficiary to be assisted. You're the single most important assets Tanzania has. You know it, and the world knows it. When global investors and business people look at Africa, the first thing they are asking is, where are young, educated, willing, able, and hungry, connected entrepreneurs and leaders? Where are people with skills and guts to keep business going? Tanzania has them, don't you think? You are those people they are looking for. Today's program is designed to give you real tools. How to access global opportunities, how to manage your money, important, how to navigate your leadership, how to build something. I encourage you to absorb every session, not passively, but with a question in your mind. How does this apply to what I am building? What does this change what I do on Monday? In the United Nations, we talk a great deal about Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. But I have always believed that sustainable development at its core is about one thing. It's human lives improved and human potentials realized and not wasted, not deferred, realized in this generation, in this decade, in this country. Tanzania's brightest chapter has not yet been here. It will be with you. And the people in this room are the ones who will write the brightest chapter for Tanzania. To Faulu Project, to Simon and his team, thank you for creating a platform that takes youth development very seriously. You have built something real, and UNDP is pleased and honored to be a part of it. To all of you, let today be more than an event. Let it be a day something shifted, and the day you decided not to wait for permission to lead. Equip yourselves. Compete boldly with ambitions, and strive not just for yourselves, but for the country that needs you. And before I finish, I haven't changed a word of what is written in my speech because I absolutely agree with it. You need to credit my Joseph, who has gave me all the words I can talk with conviction. And he will be part of the panel later. So before I finish, I'd like to add a little bit of my perspective to what I told you already. Very practical tips from me personally, may not be officially from UNDP. Some of you know it already. I call it 5 Ps of successful leadership. And I'm bit sharing my business secrets with you, because those 5 Ps are not my inventions. Those 5 Ps are given by my boss, administrator and Regional Bureau for Africa Director of UNDP, when they appointed me resident representative of UNDP, before Tanzania in Malawi, and now in Tanzania. So, think, 5 Ps, okay? 5 words starts with P. What is first P? I'll give you first P because you need to think the rest. First P, purpose. You are here for reasons. You decided to be here. If you're studying at University of Dar es Salaam, beautiful campus, you worked hard to get here. You must know why you're here. Is that because your parents told you? Maybe. But mind you, you came on your own terms. You came here for something. You are studying, you decided what to study because you feel passionate. Right? So you must know why you are here. I would like each one of you to find your passion and mission. What really excites you? What is something that keeps you awake in the middle of the night because you really like it, not because you have to beat the deadline? What is something you really feel passionate about making difference for other people? What is your passion? And what is your mission? Without passion, you won't last in real society. Not everything is easy. You will fail. Without passion, without mission, you will never succeed. You are in great place with great colleagues. This is a place to ask yourself a question. Why are you here? For what? What drives you? Who you want to help? So first P is purpose. You have to have purpose to drive yourself. Then second P. What is second P? Can anybody guess? I know who listen to me, they know answers. Okay, so they are at advantage. Anybody who can guess second P is? Passion. I said passion already. Sorry, but it's a good guess. Anything? Over there. People. Close. Okay, I'll give you the answer. Second P, possibilities. Okay, our job is to always look for possibilities. We need to stay open-minded. You need to stay curious. You must doubt conventional wisdom. For example, the best job for you may not exist in this world yet. Who could imagine the Microsoft and Googles would become the most exciting job in the world 20 years ago? I'm getting old, I must say. I took my master's degree in London in 1991.
That's what, 40 years old? And it's not me, but who got the best thesis for master's degree? My American friend. What was the subject? Potential of internet to transform our world. It sounds very ancient, right? But that was a cutting edge wisdom 40 years ago, that this internet thing could transform the world. It has transformed. I have never had Google, Microsoft, and whatever we have. It's part of our life. Do you know the average life expectancy of any enterprise? 30 years and getting shorter. So, if your parents tells you, join this company and you are secure for life, they mean very well, but they may not be giving the best advice. What you think as best company now may not exist when you're finishing your work life. You have to find the best employment for you. And you need to remind yourself, the best employment for you may not exist yet. You have to go and get it. You have to be always curious and test potentials. Our job is to go after possibilities, knowing we may fail. You are not allowed to give up just because you failed a few times. So second P, possibilities. Never give up, go for possibilities. Be curious and be open-minded. Doubt conventional wisdom. Ask why not. Number 3, okay, number 3P, what is number 3P? We got purpose, we got possibilities, what is number 3? Any guess? Yes, over there. 2 of you, one after another, yes, try. Practice, good. Not there, but it's a good one, yes. Huh? Priority. That's important too. Okay, my version of number 3P is slightly different. It's personality. UN has basic values to uphold. Before talking about human rights and others, we expect everybody to believe in a few things. Integrity, professionalism, and respect for diversity. Whatever you do, if you don't have them, probably you don't enjoy working at the United Nations. But it doesn't have to be United Nations. Sounds like Tanzania, right? Integrity, professionalism, respect for diversity. What we want to convey is it is in the end, it is not your title that would persuade people to believe and follow you. It is yourself. Your friends would look at you and think, oh yes, this guy or this lady means what he or she says. I think we can trust him, trust her. Let's follow him, let's follow her. It's you, not your title, who would persuade people to work with you and follow your leadership. Maybe your title would open the door for once. After that, it's you, yourself, people are looking. So while expert is being important, don't forget you have to challenge yourself. Build your characters. And I really like to also suggest you challenge yourselves before challenging other people. And you need to think and behave at higher levels all the time. Somebody said to somebody else, I heard it through my job, if you want to become a leader, you must think and behave like a leader from now. You cannot just become a leader overnight. You have to build your character, and you have to think and behave like a leader before you become a real leader. You know what you want to do. You know the difference you want to make. Anything we do, we need to work with people. You alone cannot achieve anything. But remember, your personality matters most when the most critical time comes. So, keep challenging yourself before challenging others. Build your character. Keep asking you hard questions. And make sure you grow as a good human being, even before you become a good professional. That sounds like a long winding way, but I can assure you that is a shortcut to your leadership. Number 4, okay, now we have more hands. Let's go to the end of the room, yes, because I like somebody raising hand from the end of the room. Shout. Proficiencies. You guys good, very good what? Proficiency, prioritize, practice, that's good. Okay, the lady there. Potential. That's kind of possibility, yes, thank you very much, yes. Come, yes. Publish. You listened to me before, probably. That's the right word for me. I'll come back to you later. Number 4P is publish. I said you are future of Tanzania and you are Tanzania. You build the country you would thrive. I'm 60 years old, so I'll be disappearing very soon. But if I come back to Tanzania in 10 years, you complain to me, Mr. Shigeki, nothing happened in Tanzania, then I said, sorry, you are blaming the wrong person. You have to blame yourself. Yeah, you have you have nobody else to blame. You make the future of Tanzania. You have 40 years of professional life in front of you. What great assets you have, time. But for that to happen, as I said, you want to become a good leader, making difference with other people. First, you need to communicate to the people, right? You need to get your messages across. And then if you're the right guy at the right time, people believe in you and follow your leadership. So communicate, communicate, communicate. I know we tend to be very shy. Originally, I come from Japan. Japan has very, a similar culture. When I was a young kid, I was a bit more talkative, I think, as you can imagine, than average Japanese. I was always reminded by elders, Shigeki, you need to think twice before you open up your mouth. Familiar? Sounds familiar? Maybe you need to think 3 times before you open up your mouth. Why? Because you don't want to be wrong. Because you don't want to embarrass yourself. Because you don't want to embarrass other people. You don't want to just stand up. Because if you become a good guy in a class, maybe after the class your classmates will come and say, oh, you are a good guy, but you are selfish. You stay quiet and don't say anything, nothing will happen. But at the same time, you don't attract unwarranted attention, right? So for good reasons, I don't blame anybody. In Japan, I tend to be very quiet. If I'm not 100% sure, I keep quiet. I look down. If I don't agree, I look down. I talk to somebody in the corridor rather than in the meeting. But was I really helping people to think differently? Was I really helping the group to come to better conclusions? Probably not. And you are a young generation, you can afford to run a bit of risk. You're allowed to fail and learn from failures. Of course, success is better than failures, but success doesn't happen without failures, right? First thing is communicate, communicate, and communicate. And please do not forget, communication starts from listening to people. Right? Communication sounds like, okay, you say whatever you want to say. No, it doesn't stick with people, right? Listening is a sign of respect. And based on that, you put your views across in a respectful way. That's communication. It has to be two-way street. But you must start it now. That respectful dialogue and conversation. Knowing people are different. Knowing nobody is perfect. Knowing that we are all different. And that's the reason why, that's precisely the reason why we work together. So if you're shy, fight your shyness. Learn to speak up. Learn to listen to other people and engage constructively. Share your stories with your fellow students. Hopefully good ones. But never hesitate to share your difficulties too, because that's where other people can come and help you. Communicate, 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 and share and tell your stories. You are a special kind of people already, right? And congratulations for coming here or studying at higher institution learning. You have obligation to reach out to your vastly bigger fellow youth in Tanzania. Ask questions, share stories, inspire them, share your ambitions so that we collectively move together for the future. So even if you're shy, you're not allowed to be shy. You are going to be a future leader. You have to learn how to communicate and tell your stories. In a word, publish. So I said purpose, possibilities, personality, publish. Okay, the fifth final P, I tell you, is slightly different. Okay, you can have a guest over there. Go. Purpose. Purpose?
Performance.
Performance. Okay, that's good. We have lots of P words, yeah. Performance priority, I think everything is very important. Well done. My number 5P is pray. It sounds funny, like I've been telling you, you have to work hard, you have to fight your shyness, you have to tell your stories. You are not allowed to give up. Go for possibilities, doubt your conventional wisdom, because you alone will be responsible for your own life. When you want to complain to your parents, my life has been wasted, your parents will no longer be with you. You will only have yourself to blame if you fail your life, right? But assets you have is all your friends. You will go up, you will create Tanzania together with all of your friends, right? Find your passion and mission. But last P I'd like to give you is pray. I'm not talking about particular religions, but this is admission of humbleness. Although we work hard, we help each other. Humans are not perfect. We will fail. There will be difficulties which would confront all of us. Even if you work really hard and we do everything we can, bad things may happen. But then, what would drive us In times of difficulties, it's hope, it's courage, it's friendship. So let us be aware that good we may be, hardworking we may be, creative and ingenious we may be, we are never perfect. It's human. And we are all different, although we all belong to Tanzania. And that is the reason why we work as a team. So let's understand each other. Let's respect each other. Be proud of what you have, but also respect and acknowledge what others have. And in times of difficulty sometimes, you are not sure if you can do it. It's not scientific, but you must believe that if you work hard, keep going at your ambitions, you will make it someday. Opportunities will present themselves to you if you're working hard, challenging yourself. You must believe that there will be opportunities if you believe in yourself. You must be united to help each other and encourage each other. And you must help each other. I'm very pleased to share those 5 P's with you, because you need to think about those things from now as you're thinking about building your professional life. Purpose, possibilities, personality, publish, and last, pray. So, in line with traditions, my prayers are with you for a very productive and professional life. Time is your assets nobody can take away from you. Please use it to the best of your advantage. Do not waste your time. Connect with your friends. Learn, discover. And I'm sure you are in one of the best countries in the world where you can realize your potentials and grab new opportunities for your lives and for the better future of Tanzania. So thank you very much for this occasion. I wish you a very good session for the rest of the day. Asanteni sana kwa kunisikiliza.